Hello and welcome to another battle replay by Lord Snake. Today I played as the Dwarfs, and it was actually a team battle, so I had allies as the Empire, and my opponents were the Empire and the Dwarfs. My army consisted of Grombrindal as my general. I also had a unit of Dwarfen miners with blasting charges, a unit of Longbeards, a unit of renown of the Dwarf Warriors. I believe they're called the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. I also had 2 Longbeards with great weapons, Dragon Backslayers, some Rangers, Iron Drakes with torpedoes, and some Grudge Throwers. And finally I also had 2 units of Gyrocopters and 2 units of Organ Guns. Right there you can see my opponent started the battle off by having his Outriders up front, and he kind of outwits me here, because I chase him down with my Gyrocopters, but then one of his Light Wizards catches me with the net, and you can see his handgunners melt them. Anyway, my allies had Karl Franz on the back of his mighty Griffin Deathclaw, the Tattersouls, which is the unit of renown for Flagellants. They also had a unit of Flagellants, and some Spearmen, Halberdiers, Greatswords, 2 units of Reiksguard, 2 units of Outriders, Sterlin's Revenge, which is this unit of renown for Free Militia Company here. There was also some Great Cannons and some Mortars. My opponent's team consisted of Karl Franz on the back of a Warhorse, a Light Wizard on the back of a Pegasus that he had over this way. He also had a Light Wizard on foot, 3 units of Handgunners and the unit of Renowned of Handgunners, 2 units of Demigryph Knights with Halberds, and a unit of Renown of the Demigryphs. And finally, 2 units of Outriders with grenade launchers that you saw kind of take some damage early game and then kind of ride off over here. My ally, in the meantime, is being really sneaky in the forest over that way. And finally, my Dwarfen opponent had a Dwarf Lord as his general, 4 units of Iron Breakers, 4 units of Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, an Engineer, and 4 units of Dwarf Cannons. So, as you can see, my opponent kind of started way off over there, while the Empire opponent started a little closer and was kind of antagonizing us early game, and managed to do a pretty effective job at eliminating some of my Gyrocopters. Here you'll see a mistake that my ally made. He marches this unit of, or these units of Outriders up soon. And, yeah, you'll see.
Do your duty.
So now that the opponent's units have been revealed to him, and he then charges at the much shorter range Outriders. In theory, that should have been effective since he outnumbered him, but I think he would have taken less damage if he would have tried to attack from afar. He then gets netted by the Light Wizard that's just over here. So I sent my Gyrocopters after it and started taking some incoming fire so I'd get them over in the forest really quick to negate that. There we managed to get his light wizard to flee the battle, and he actually got pushed off the edge of the map, so he's gone for good.
Do not trust wizards.
So, at this point, there's a bit of a standstill, so I'm just gonna speed it up a bit. You'll notice his outriders come up again, and they try to get us to waste a lot of ammo, but they were kinda unsuccessful. They probably took a bit more damage than they were anticipating. Here I got my gyrocopters kind of, kind of engaged, and then they got blown up a bit, so I took the last remaining gyrocopter out. And with my gyrocopters starting to die off, I decided to move my army up on this mountain a little bit more. At this point, I kind of decided that since I had rangers, they can shoot over the mountain, so hopefully this will work in my favor. And the dwarf player on my opponent's team seemed to have a different idea of what to do here than the Empire player. They kind of got separated. And at this point, the battle actually begins. Seeing how separated they were and how there was only ranged units up here, I wanted to eliminate these. So I set my Iron Drakes up. I was hoping their superior armor was gonna hold out, but yeah, handgunners obviously tear through it.
Sigmar Exaltate! Fire on the foe!
Right here, my Empire opponent brought in his Demigryph Knights to mow down some of my allies' troops. Karl Franz right there. Right here, my opponent gets Karl Franz in a net and managed to do quite a lot of damage with his handgunners. My troops now are finally starting to make it into the field of battle. Those dwarven legs take a little bit. There you can see my allies' lord finally bit the dust. was trying to shoot down Karl Franz, but he's quite tanky. My opponent's general, though, the Dwarfen Lord, he made himself a bit more of a target here.
Get moving! Moving out!
I had just gotten these organ guns set up, so I didn't want his general coming over and killing him. Luckily, I had some long beards with great axes that were fresh.
Shoot the ladder! Move off!
Right here, my ally managed to sandwich in some of my enemy's troops.
Kazuk! Right.
Grombrindal doing some damage in here. I mostly wanted to do this battle replay because Grombrindal will be coming out for everyone in a few weeks. A shout out to my friend Tyler for getting me that character. He subscribes to the Warhammer magazine. You can hear with all the explosions happening all over the map, it kind of breaks the sound at this point, unfortunately. There, I got Grombrindal to attack from the rear. I do apologize about my sound breaking. The battle was too intense. So, in the end, we unfortunately ran out of time before this conflict could be decided. We wasted a lot of time in the beginning of the game, which unfortunately did result in us not being able to finish it, really. But it was a very intense game, and in the end, I think that my team had a little bit of a better exchange rate here. Overall, on my army, you can see Grombrindal got 63 kills, and the Dragonback Slayers also got 73. And finally, a unit of the Longbeards got, or with great weapons, got 70, so I had some pretty good infantry units for the most part. Unfortunately, my gyrocopters went down way too early to be effective, and my organ gunners, they kind of really didn't get much of a chance since they have such a shorter range from the dwarf cannons. But anyway, GG to both my ally and my opponents, and I hope you guys all enjoyed that. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.